Welcome back, everyone. As most of you know, the iPhone SE second generation has been out for almost over a year now, and let's go and take a look at it in the later part of 2021. Now, as I said about some other devices, we've pretty much gotten two major improvements since this iPhone's been released, but none of them have really impacted this iPhone like crazy. The first thing being the iPhone 13. It really didn't impact the iPhone SE 2 because Apple is still selling these things brand new for $400. So whether or not the iPhone 13 impacted the other iPhone prices, the used market prices are still going to be up because the iPhone SE 2 is still $400. But on top of that, the iOS 15 update came out as well, and I'm going to be honest, this update on this iPhone wasn't really too bad. It's not really great on any iPhone right now, but it's really not that bad of an experience either. Now, those two things are right out the gate. I did compare the iPhone SE 2, compare it against all the other iPhones that have came out right now recently, including the iPhone 13, 13 mini, 13 Pro, and 13 Pro Max, and for the most part, the iPhone SE 2 did a pretty good job. The main thing where it didn't really hold up too well in was pretty much the body. It's a pretty old design, as most of you know. The top bezel, the bottom bezel, the display's not bad, 4.7-inch IPS panel, True Tone, all that, but you do get a lot of bezel surrounding it, and me personally, I'm not a huge fan of this type of body. Of course, it can be worse and all those other type of things, but I really do think when it comes down to it, getting a phone like the iPhone SE 2, you're going to be kind of, limited in terms of the body standpoint, so that's a pretty big thing. But when it comes down to the performance and when it comes down to the longevity of this device, it's still pretty much there. I think one of the best things about this phone is the longevity. It has the same chipset as the iPhone 11s, so we can pretty much rest assured that this phone is still going to be getting software support for quite a bit of time. This thing is still being sold brand new, so if any issues or anything like that come up, Apple will pretty much repair it. It may be under a service repair program if it's widespread, so I wouldn't really be too worried about owning a phone like this right now. Even though it's almost 2 years old in a couple of months, it's really not that big of a deal because Apple is still selling it brand new. So that's a big thing to keep in mind. On top of that, things to also kind of keep in mind is if you're on iOS 14 on your iPhone SE 2, I would still highly recommend staying on that version of software. I would not recommend going up to something like iOS 15 just yet. It's not as bad of an experience as you may think it is for this type of phone, but you're still going to be limited in battery life. It's not going to be as great. There's going to be a lot of stability issues as well. So when it comes down to it, in my opinion, I would recommend sticking with iOS 14, and I've installed most of the betas on this phone too, and it's been a pretty solid experience there as well. So across the board, I will tell you, this iPhone in the later part of 2021 still holds up fairly well. There's not a lot of reasons to stretch this video out to like 10 minutes because not a lot has changed with this device. It's still pretty much the same as it was, in 2020 when it first came out. But I will tell you, as of this point, if you're willing and wanting to go pick up a phone and you only have $400 to spend, then maybe okay, go pick it up. But because the iPhone 11 has gone down to that $499 price tag, it just makes so much more sense to me to recommend buying an iPhone 11 over an iPhone SE second generation. The main reason for this is mostly because the similarity in price tag. You're getting the same, chipset as the iPhone 11. You're getting so many different things between these devices. So it just makes sense to me to recommend you to pick up an iPhone 11 over the iPhone SE second generation. But this is still a solid phone. I like this phone a lot. And although it's not perfect, I think if you have it, then definitely keep it. But I would recommend going up to an iPhone 11 for sure. So in terms of that covers it up there. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.